with their children to pay their respects to the 5 fallen officers. And what started as 2 patrol cars that were parked here on Friday, now you can't even see the patrol cars. They're completely covered in flowers and balloons, mementos that people have been leaving behind. And this has become hug central here, where people have just been showing up to hug police officers, coming up one after one, giving them big hugs and saying thank you. It started organically on Saturday, and since then, there have been lines at times of people who have come here, found police officers who are outside headquarters who are looking at this memorial, and they've just started giving them hugs.
Yeah. We're starting to learn more about the shooter, Micah Johnson.
We are. We know quite a bit about him now. He had been deployed to Afghanistan in 2013, and while he was there, he was accused of sexual harassment by a higher-ranking female soldier. And it was a pretty serious case, we understand, from his attorney. He was kicked out of Afghanistan, flown back to the U.S., eventually given an honorable discharge, despite some fight to get him dishonorably discharged. She filed a protective order against him. And when he left the military, according to those who know him, he became a loner and he became quite angry over race issues. And that this was something that was kind of boiling up. Now, his employer says that he was a fine employee, seemed like a family man, seemed close to his family, and they didn't see anything like this. But police say he was apparently planning something for quite a while. Inside his home, they found body armor, ammunition, bomb-making materials, more rifles, and most importantly for them right now, a journal that talks all about practicing with explosives and combat tactics. They think that he was planning this for a long time, but to carry something out that was much bigger. They don't know what that something else was. They're trying to figure that out right now. They think that the shootings in Louisiana and Minnesota sparked him to go and carry it out sooner than he was expecting. Now they're working on what was it he was going to target.
Alex Stone, you've covered a lot of these shootings, and it sounds like it was much more of a Newtown massacre and Aurora, Colorado shooting as opposed to some black-white racial police issue.
Yeah. According to police, they think he was angry about the racial issue, and then that's why he was targeting white cops. As he was in the parking garage, he was asking for a black negotiator, and he told them that he was angry about Minnesota and Louisiana, and that he was targeting in that way. They don't think that there was any connection, like San Bernardino or Orlando, to any kind of international terrorism group or any ideology that is in line with that. They do believe, though, that race played a major issue here, and that's why he pulled the trigger on Thursday night versus holding off to do whatever he was going to do. But they believe race was a primary cause, but they're still working on motive. They're still trying to figure out exactly what it was.
We also learned he was writing something in blood in the standoff. What was that story?
Yeah, with his own blood on the walls of the parking garage as he was negotiating, and then before he died, obviously. He put up the letters RB in blood on the wall. Right now, police are trying to figure out what that stands for. They don't know. There are some indications it may be some sort of a mention for a new Black Panther party. They say they haven't figured it out, that it's missing some letters, but maybe he didn't have a chance to finish it. They don't know. It doesn't stand for his name. They don't know if it stands for somebody else. They're working on that at this point.
And from all accounts, he was acting alone.
Yeah, they don't think anybody else now was working with him. The original reports of multiple gunmen and multiple people who had been detained and arrested, all of those people have been released now. And by Friday night, they were allowed to go home with no connection to this case. They think that he was angry and working on his own. They have found no indication at last word that he was working with anybody else, but that's something else they're working on right now to make sure, was there anybody else who was an accomplice in this, a co-conspirator? We're expecting in a couple of hours the chief is going to come out and make a statement. Not going to take any questions, only make a statement. There's a potential he could announce something there, but at last word, nobody else has been implicated in what was carried out.
Alex Stone live in Dallas. Alex, thank you.
McGraw, thanks. Have a great day.
You too. 6:57, Big 550.